Realtor, yeah, you moved it.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here with Mike Kelly, and we're Real Estate Jerky Daily.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you here. And if you're listening on the podcast, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, not a lot of news today.
But I have coffee.
That's good.
Yeah. First time this week that I remembered to make coffee and bring it with me.
Oh, that's good. I get tired of having to make it for you all the time.
Is there an inventory issue?
Huge inventory issue. Stop looking at my banners.
Just here in California, though?
No, it's nationwide. I'll get to it in a second. Okay. I didn't get the whole thing up. But anyway, financial markets, stocks and bonds open higher today. Mortgage bonds have seen a 2-day rally. Whatever. A few points or whatever. I can't see you right this second. Are you there? You okay?
I'm here.
Okay. All right. So the Federal Reserve update, you have John Williams. He's the New York Fed president, expressed confidence in the current monetary policy, but stressed the importance of flexibility in response to incoming data. So what is he saying? He's talking out of both sides of his mouth.
Exactly. He's not saying much of anything.
Well, everything's good right now, but if it's not, we're going to make a change.
Yeah.
And if the change doesn't work, we're going to go ahead and change it again.
See, what I hear is everything's good right now. Not really.
You know what I hear is? I hear whoever that was. You know who that is.
Yeah.
All right. Larry Logan, who is a Dallas Fed president, suggested that skipping action at the September meeting could be appropriately. So basically, let's not raise in September is basically what both of them are saying.
Look at this comment.
What's that? You guys are amazing.
Looking good, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, Lisa.
I had makeup put on today.
I didn't.
You got something else to say, sir?
I always got something else to say. And today I'm kind of rancorous.
All right.
Go for it.
I just want job market trends. So we had the jobless thing come out yesterday, the existing home claims, the new claims and all that stuff. Well, if you look at the recent employment data, it shows weakness. Even though it showed stronger, it's really showing weakness because if you go back, the June job figures were revised from 209,000 down to 105,000.
So there seems to be a lot of conflicts in this.
Well, I think it's the administration.
Economy. What?
Anyway, they say one thing and do something else.
Exactly.
And that's what I think's going on here. All right. So if you look at the average negative revision is around 50,000 per month. So the numbers are wrong that we've been seeing
all the time. It sounds like
it's for going back. And so bottom line is the employment market is not as good as it's been showing, and it will come back and bite us later.
Yep.
Which is going to be good. That means recession. And
right.
I just hope it gets here sooner because I'm tired of seeing these rates. Because I'd much rather see 20 people standing out there bidding on one house because that's what they want.
And that seems to be what the people want too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what they want. They want to make sure they don't make a mistake.
Yeah. If I'm bidding against somebody and I'm the winner, I didn't make a mistake. I'm the winner.
That's right. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Well, you can win right now without bidding against everybody. So go for it.
All right. So historical patterns suggest that recession often follow a rising unemployment rate. Unemployment rate likely hit its lowest point in April, which was 3.4%, and has since risen to 3.8%. So that's showing that we potentially are going into a recession. Don't know how big of a recession, how hard of a recession.
Do you think it'll be the soft landing they keep speaking of?
I don't know. Here's the reason I don't know. There's several economic indicators, including credit spending, credit card rates, delinquencies. Because delinquencies, we said yesterday, were for most people just say is about 9%, right? That are 90 plus days past. And I said, if you look at who in the last 30 days who are past their payment one or getting close to their first delinquency, I guarantee it's 50%.
Yeah.
That's how tough it is out there.
It is tough.
Yeah. What else? Declining saving rates. They're running out of money this month is what we talked about. That $500 billion that was saved during the pandemic was all eaten up so far this year. And they're running out of money this month. So that's what's showing a possibility of recession. Event of a recession is expected that both inflation and mortgage rates would decline. No shit. I'm just saying that I said something that you should already know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So next week we got some big things. Tuesday is the Small Business Optimism Index, but we have Wednesday we have a Consumer Price Index, a CPI, and then on Friday we have the PPI.
PPI.
And that's Producer Price Index. So two big inflation reports next week. Go ahead and talk about your numbers. I'm going to get up the housing numbers I found listing, nationwide listing thing.
Okay,
earlier
real
today.
quick, I want to talk about this article I read this morning about San Francisco, and it says it's roughly 12.3%, or 1 in 8 sellers in San Francisco are going to lose money when they try to sell their home, largely because of the failed policies due to the city and which way they lean. They're blaming homelessness and the rise in crime and sloppiness and trash and stuff like that. And on average, I guess if you're in San Francisco, you're going to sell for about $100,000 less as a result of that stuff. Just an interesting article. They also said Detroit, Chicago, and New York the same.
Was this a Redfin article?
Yeah. Did you read it?
No, I saw it on Fox News this morning.
Oh, okay.
And it said 12.3% of Bay Area homes resold for less than the original purchase price from May 1st through July 31st.
Right. So I was just quickly wanted to talk about that. But what do all those places have in common?
The political party in charge.
Correct. Ding, 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 ding. Chicken dinner, you win. Okay, here we go. See, I think I've had way too much cocaine this morning.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you're back in the 70s again.
Oh, it's kind of fun. I like the 70s. If
I
knew
know.
now what
If
I knew then what I know now, the 70s would have been a lot more fun because I would have worked harder and made more money.
Hindsight's always 2020.
Yep. Sometimes it's 2010. 539 closed sales per day for the week ending September 2nd. That's an uptick. It's a little uptick, right? From the
closed sales.
Closed sales.
Yeah, it is, but it's still. We're still going to be 160 some thousand this year.
Yeah, I think we're on track for like 167,000 closed transactions for the whole state of California.
Wow, that's a lot of transactions.
That's crazy low due to what was on average was like 450,000 closed transactions, or 420. So 541 pending sales for the week and 585 new listings. The new listings are a little bit higher than they have been recently, but we're still on par for not a lot of transactions, not a lot of inventory for the state of California. And there we have it on this day, September 8th, 2023.
And we have some positive numbers there on entering escrow and listed properties.
Yeah.
Well, here's the things. We found out that Tuolumne County's on sale. And what I mean by that is it's got the opportunity bubble back. So if you're looking for a place, you want to have seller work with you, whatever, go to Tuolumne County and buy a place up there. They are where we were 3 months ago. And
I was at a installation dinner for Calaveras Association of Realtors, and they are basically just mirroring Tuolumne County. They've still experiencing sellers that are willing to cooperate and pay some closing costs or, credits for repairs or do the repairs.
Yeah, shocking.
What the heck?
Yeah.
So anyway,
I can't find the article I was looking for, but it was talking about affordability slows home sales, hence that future of home prices declines. However, the longest thing, if you look at, they were talking about how inventory is increasing, and usually that inventory increases in August, and it's not happening right now the same way.
Right.
It's actually increasing. It hasn't increased at the max yet, so they're thinking later this year it's going to increase to the max. But right now, I think the number was less than 600,000 listings nationwide.
Why are they thinking that it's going to magically increase in the latter part of the year?
That's because when they had the charts, and that's what I was looking for. I was on my other computer when I was doing this morning, looking at stuff. The charts were showing that every other year from like 2018 to 2019, they peaked in before August, and then 2020 they peaked after because of the COVID thing, right?
Gotcha.
So if you look at the charts, it was showing that we haven't peaked to max of inventory yet.
Okay,
that's what they're saying.
I get it, and we may not.
Well, who knows? Yeah. Nobody knows. Realtor.com, though, has a new thing that shows you can put your home on. You can go there and see how much you can make off an Airbnb in your bedroom. So if you you can go to Realtor.com. It has a thing connected with Airbnb, and you can figure out what you can rent one of your rooms for, or whatever you want to do. It'll tell you how much your short-term rental estimates are.
That's actually some nice information.
Yeah, so that they show short-term earnings estimates for hosting one room, or the entire house will be available for homeowners via Realtor.com.
Okay.
And that's because their integration with Airbnb that they're doing.
So Home just recently closed escrow on Northwood in the Northgate area Complete rehab. It sold a year and a half ago, maybe even 2 years ago. And the guy who bought it is living in it like one night and then Airbnb-ing it the other nights. And I guess he's getting $190 a night
Here in Modesto?
Here in Modesto. And then there's a house on the corner of Sherwood and Northwood, a little bit larger home. They're Airbnb-ing for $400 a night. So it's kind of interesting. Nice neighborhood, clean homes, clean yards, looks great. Traveling nurses, traveling doctors are most likely staying in those properties because it's right around the corner from Doctors and Memorial.
Gotcha. Yeah, time for Marcia to move the equipment out of all the rooms. We can start doing that too. A change with FHA. I don't know if you know that in the past, if you're going through an FHA loan, you get denied by this lender. They put you that information into the system, and then going forward, when you try for the next 6 months, you're automatically looked at. So not every underwriter did it, but on average, some of these companies would do it, and then you're like messed up for a while, like 6 months. Now they are waiving that. They don't want that to be put in anymore to help people be able to get a loan.
Okay,
because just because one company, just because one company can't do it doesn't mean somebody else can't. Right. That's the big thing. Anyway,
it depends on overlays and the way they look at it, the way they underwrite it. The way
how smart the loan officer is and how he packaged it from the beginning, how they look at stuff. It's just like the one they just got back yesterday that, when they got, okay, we're going to go here. I'll see you shortly.
And you will.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is in Tuolumne County, unique homes, you got to know how to put it together. We talked about this before.
Right.
One of the other things we're doing, I don't know if people know this, but we do this safe check thing where we only do a soft pull on you and we can run DU, LP, all this stuff. And we were only able to really do that on conventional, but now we can do it on VA and FHA. And what that does is it allows us to get all that information up front. You don't get bombarded by all those phone calls, 92 of them. You have time to go through the system, the do not call list, do not call.gov, go there.
So you hopefully don't get any of the calls.
Right. Go to pre-screen, opt out prescreen.com and you opt out of that. And by the time that all happens, then no one's going to call you, or it's at the end. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And so that's the big change that we just went through. So it makes a big difference. I mean, because all I do is soft pulls, and had somebody else went with somebody else and they did a hard pull and they got so many phone calls. And I'm like, why did they do that? Why didn't they do a soft pull from the beginning?
Totally. Well, and some people, I don't think every loan officer knows that you can do a soft pull.
I don't think every loan officer cares to know, because if you're old school, you're like, just let's figure it out.
Yeah, let's get this
going. Let's get it done. Because here's the only caveat to that: if you do a soft pull and then have to do a hard pull later, it could change.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, a shout out to CCAR, Calaveras County Association of Realtors. A lovely evening last night at, I think it's called Prospect 772. It's a little winery. I understand it's for sale. I don't know all the details.
Yeah, it sounded like, because I was asking about it before the show, and you're like, oh, I would get all this, but you don't get the grapes.
Well, I think they're going to sell the grapes separately.
Are we talking
the crush that's going to happen soon?
Oh, okay. The actual grapes that are being harvested this year.
Yeah, it could be.
It's probably
I got
out.
Spotty information left and right, and we were joking and laughing with a bunch of stuff. But
you were drinking
Prospect
too.
No, actually I didn't, because I drove up and I drove back.
Oh, okay.
Prospect 772 on Appaloosa. Shauna and Ashley did a fantastic job putting this together, and Jody. I guess Jody's the newest addition on the team, and what a great setting. I mean, if you want to go up there and just do some wine tasting, the wines were really nice, actually. And just a quaint setting. And you could play bocce ball there too.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for taking me away from my stuff.
I did. Finished. It's no problem. I'm
the worst thing that was going on right now is where the mortgage demand falls to the lowest level since 1996. I think the last time I put that up was 1999, and now it's 1996.
The last time you put that up was Wednesday.
Right. I'm saying it was 1999 then, now it's 1996. We got 3 years back.
Well, and, history does have a tendency to repeat itself sometimes, just for different reasons. What? Did you see Biden the last
I tried
face-to-face he was doing with the reporters, and someone asked him a question about if he was going to release some information, and he just turned around and walked away. What an idiot.
Well, he forgot what he was talking about.
He had no clue what he was talking about in the first place.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I watch this stuff in the morning and get ready for our show and everything, and Marcia's like, all this, yesterday morning, because I was at Rotor, she goes, I get up, I have the pool, waterfall going, the music. I don't hear all this. That's what she's doing. I'm like, can I videotape that so I can put it on the show and use it for multiple times? Because I said, what do they do?
Yeah,
you had to be there.
Yeah, but it is funny. I understand because she's watching the news.
Well, she's hearing it and she don't care. I go, you understand that Biden just canceled all the leases in Alaska for oil.
Yeah.
That's unheard of. It wasn't like they didn't pay for the leases and they did. They were working them and they canceled them all.
Yeah.
That is just unheard of in history.
He really wants to be dependent upon other countries for energy.
No, he really wants to be dependent on give other countries a bunch of money so he can get money back.
Yeah, that's true. Laundering.
I don't know what the deal is, but this is the dumbest thing that I've ever heard of.
And
I go get ready for $7 a gallon for freaking oil.
Yeah, and
I mean for gas.
For a gallon of gas. And why isn't the other party doing something?
Because they only have the House.
Well, why they can start.
But then it just gets shut down in the Senate.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
All right.
What I don't understand is
there's
only what I don't understand is only 60% of the people out there are not happy with what's going on. The other 30%, why are the liberal elites with the damn all that money or something? I don't understand.
You mean the socialists?
I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah. They're hiding behind their little gates.
Anyway, well, the problem is
doing
you listen to
trading.
Martha, whatever. What was her what's her name? The lady that was in charge of England, Martha, not Stewart, Stafford, not what's her name? I can't think. Anyway, she did a whole thing about how bad is communism and socialism because they don't want
Margaret Thatcher.
Thatcher, thank you.
Yeah.
They don't want you to have a choice because you won't choose it.
Right.
That's why they don't want you to have a choice.
Right.
Because you'll say no to it.
Well, and she was the one that says socialism is a wonderful thing until you run out of other people's money.
Exactly.
People understand that. But anyway, it's Friday. It's a wonderful day to be happy.
I was just thinking also, we haven't heard anything about DACA in a while.
No,
remember how it was like help people
thing.
DACA into loans and into housing and all that stuff. And I just got an email today talking about, hey, don't forget about DACA people. I was like, they still need a home.
Yeah. Can we give them a home?
Yeah,
we can sell them a home.
Yep, can
even if they're undocumented
DACA, if they're under the DACA program.
Yeah,
that's something to think about. Yeah. Well, maybe they're still doing the I-10 numbers, which I don't do. I only don't really do those.
What's I-10?
That is when you don't have a national social security number, you have the I-10 is the other.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
So technically that's for people who are here under a work program or have a visa or what kind of stuff. And I'm not talking like a MasterCard and Visa. I'm talking a real visa for working.
A work visa.
And that's okay. That's easy to do. But if you're here illegally and you're under the I-10, I can't help you.
Sorry.
But they're going to give all those people work visas anyway. So
wonderful.
Well,
did you hear the New York mayor complaining about all the immigrants coming into us?
Yeah, well, luckily, thank God they should been shipping them up there so people understand how bad it is in Texas.
What I like is they show the previous time when he was speaking to the public saying we are a what's it called anyway, sanctuary state. We're gonna accept all these people, and then fast forward, there's way too many of them, and he's complaining about this is going to ruin New York. This is going to absolutely ruin New York. You can't have it both ways, bud.
Yeah, you can. That's how it works. All right, so here's what I was trying to find earlier.
Good.
Affordability slows the home sales, hence the future home price declines.
Can you make that bigger?
Yeah, I mean, right here. This is all I care about. So, this is what I was talking about. Is that big enough?
Okay, yeah.
So if you look at 2023, this is the line of 2023, right? These all are like, so these two are 2028, 2017, 2019.
2028? Wow.
2018. 2018. There, you like that?
Yeah.
All right. And then so 2020 is this one. So, COVID, and then we dropped. Look at all the inventory dropped majorly. It spiked here and then dropped. And I think it just sold. I don't really know. But I think it's sold. Yeah, but this is 2022. Look at that. So the inventory, how low it was in 2022, and then picks up
Yeah.
right around August. That's what they're talking about. And then again in November, it maxed out in November.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking this is going to go. Like
yeah.
that.
I remember having a good November, December last year.
Yeah. Well, it's going to, again, depend on the
trajectory of that line.
No, also weather, right? So wherever the weather is, if it's really bad winter, then it's going to mess with inventory.
Yeah.
This is all contracts per week. That's a boring thing. Right.
Those are comparisons to same colors.
I was trying to find the actual number where they talked about what's the inventory right now. 509,000. That's nationwide. 509,000 nationwide.
Wow. How many people are in America?
A lot. The question is how many houses are in America.
Yeah.
So that's only that last time we were talking about inventory low, we were at 809,000. I think nationwide at one point we were at 1.1 million.
Yeah.
And now we're at 509,000 nationwide. That's what we used to do. California's 450,000 homes.
Right.
A year.
As
in a normal year.
Right.
That's our problem, people. There is no bubble.
Well, I was just going to say that's our problem, and that's why there will be no crash in the market. Even if you're listening to some people who are so-called experts saying that there's going to be a crash, we can't keep these prices going up. Yeah, supply and demand. I don't. Something's going to have to happen, and maybe that's war against the administration that would drop prices down.
No, I don't see that price. We need to build houses.
The change in interest rates isn't doing it.
Well, the change in you mean slowing down the market? No, right. we're short inventory. People need places to live. People need places to rent.
Right.
That stuff's not out there.
Right.
They're renting rooms. They're living with other people. I was trying to find the I came across a foreclosure rate where in the first 6 months of the year, how low we are.
Mm-hmm.
We're half of what we normally would do.
And I think we still are, right?
That's what I'm saying. We still are.
Yeah.
If you look at the last 2 years, we were even lower than we are now. Our average foreclosure nationwide is 240 some thousand, and we're not even going to hit that this year. So
yeah.
So people are thinking this whole thing falling apart. Everything's falling apart. It's not going to happen. There's no falling apart. I know we keep saying this, and I keep posting about it, cutting it up, and I know it's hard with this payment, and I know with these interest rates, but this is the time still to buy.
Right.
I'm done.
We say.
All right.
We'll continue to say.
Yep. It's important to know that.
We said a few other things too, though. Today.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk about your winery again now? So at the end?
No. When you have more stuff to talk about, I'll interject it in the center.
No problem.
Okay.
All right.
I'm here to mess you up.
All right. Everybody make it a great day. Thanks for being here.
Enjoy the weekend.
Appreciate you. And
this weekend, who are we talking with?
It is Betsy Hurst up at Century 21 Wildwood, talking about Tuolumne County and what's going on up there. Our pre-interview said that they don't have a lot of inventory, but sellers are working. Because think about it, they only have a few more months.
Right.
And then it's like locked down because of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah. December, January, definitely January, February, March.
Right.
Yeah. No, you can still do it, but the problem is getting out there to have the appraisal done. I always say, okay, if you got a bad deck, sell the house in the winter.
Because it's covered with snow.
Yes. And everybody in the transaction knows except for me, the lender.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So that's the best time to do it.
Kathy King, you have a great weekend as well.
And also, if you got a septic system that's leaking, good time in the winter to do it. Because you can't see the wetness.
Well, I think it got repaired yesterday, so I can get the house.
Oh, that's the other one. Yeah, I'm just saying in general.
Yeah,
if as long as everybody knows these issues, no big deal. But if it's covered in snow, it doesn't stop the transaction. Just they can't see certain things.
Yeah, just disclose, and work out your credits and be happy people.
Yeah, because what we don't need to know. I don't need a septic. I don't need a septic cert. I don't need a well check, that kind of stuff, unless it's VA. But overall, we don't need all that. Everybody wants to know about it. And then everybody says, what about if it's on post and beam? Is that a problem? No. All my houses are on post and beams.
Yeah. That's how they build them on the hillside.
Well, no. And even down here, originally back, in the day, because I have all the time people go, I have a 1910 house. Is that going to be a problem? No. Not unless you got wiring everywhere. Right.
On the outside.
Yeah. In the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. That's it.
All
I'm
right.
good. I can keep going.
When
but
you
we
say
don't-
wiring, are you calling like knob and tube?
Yeah.
If you have visual knob and tube and it's still running current through it,
yeah, could have an issue.
could have an issue.
'Cause,
Would it be with the insurance people mostly, or
I
your
think-
underwriter?
I don't think it's only if the appraiser calls for it, but I pretty much it's probably going to be insurance people. The other issue has been coming up lately on FHA is some of these appraisers are calling the garage when you see the wiring in the garage. So if somebody runs an extra plug or whatever, and it's not put away nicely or whatever,
Mhm.
they're going to say, see that wiring, but then they're going to say cover everything.
Right.
And then
Yeah, they
have a
won't say
problem.
just cover that one.
Right. They're going to say cover all the wiring. So they're going to want you to put sheetrock around. What's funny is I had one of those and somebody put that plastic, plastic for like wires around your desk, that kind of conduit. It's like, and
that's not going to cut it.
I know, but it passed.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. They said cover it, and the appraiser signed off on it.
Wow.
But the appraiser told the people, you might want to get that off there because it might overheat and melt. Because I told them use Romex, the metal.
Yeah.
And they use that plastic. That's not Romex.
Yeah, metal conduit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Make it a great day.
The weekend's going to be wonderful. Enjoy it.
Yes. It's going to be not too hot and not too cold. Make it a great day.
Going to be just right.
That's right. Okay. Go